am Sophia Money Coots, daughter of Crispin James Allen Neville Money Coots, 9th Baron of Latimer of the Coots family who founded the private bank and also founded money. It is in our name. I don't have to work for a single moment for the rest of my life, and yet I still spend every waking hour making the next generation's lives all that much worse. All right, let's talk about Jesse Waters. Jesse Jebediah Waters. He went on Patrick Bet-Davis' show to be value-tained. And let me tell you something, okay? I was value-tained. I wonder if he was value-tained as well. Turns out Jesse Waters is not able to do math and thought that $20 an hour at McDonald's was 6 figures as far as a salary goes.
If you're making $20 an hour to work at a fast food restaurant, right? Is that 6 figures? Are you making
no
40
grand?
50?
That's awesome. Yeah, dude. 6 figs, baby. That's what happens when you have a liberal arts graduate that went to like a 17-person university that was filled to the brim with like senator children, you know what I mean? And then you got an English major and all you do is LARP as like this STEM-loving conservative person. It's also ironic because like 6 figures ain't shit no more either, depending on what part of the 6 figs we're talking about. Depending on what border of the 6 figs you're at. And also on top of that, where you live. It's crazy to think, it's crazy to say this because I know there's going to be a lot of chatters in here who live in the Midwest right now who are going to be like, what do you mean? What do you mean? It's like, that's a lot of money. It's like, no, dude, if you live in San Francisco, if you live in Los Angeles, if you live in New York, if you live in Austin, Texas, if you live in so many of these other places, like 100 grand is going to let you skirt. You're gonna be fine, you're gonna be comfortable, but you ain't putting any cash away for a home purchase or anything like that. Whereas like I feel like you should be able to do that. You know what I mean? That's 100,000 whole dollars, man. It makes no sense that you can make $100,000 and like everything around you is so goddamn expensive that you're still not saving money for a house. Like what the fuck is happening? It's so busted, dude. Cities are so goddamn busted, and it's almost entirely related to rent prices, okay? Almost entirely. This whole like, oh yeah, 1/3 of your salary goes to your rent shit. 1/3 of your salary? How about half your salary? It's very, 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 very frustrating. But hey, guess what, dude? That shit sucks, but you know what else sucks? There's a Twitch streamer out there who tells you that at the top of the hour, there's a 3-minute ad break. And honestly, that's way worse because if you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe. And that's $5, man. That's another purchase. But fear not, for free, you can get a Twitch Prime. By connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, you can get 1 free Prime subscription a month. We have $250K combined in a city. Our mortgage is $2K a month. Student loans, $2K a month. Daycare, $1.6K a month. Everything is insane. At least you have a house that you have a mortgage on. So that's like, you're unironically better off than most people at that point. Place like California, we got California State, which has a lot of low income places, right? Across the board, that's 40%. Or wait, is that Los Angeles? 40% of Los Angelinos or 40% of Californians, I believe, they own their own homes. 45% home ownership in California. 45. We're talking Bakersfield and shit, okay? Like not just Los Angeles, okay? We are talking about the entire state of California and only 45%. That is so goddamn low, dude. That's crazy. I don't even know what Los Angeles County looks like. Let's look at home ownership rate in Los Angeles. 30. Wait, what? What is this? Wait, what? Oh no, owner-occupied housing as of 2018 is also 46%. It's the same. I thought it was 33. Foreign-born persons percentage is 33%. Why did that come up? That's weird, man. First thing that comes up, I said home ownership rate in Los Angeles, and they're like, hey, how about how many foreigners live here? The census was like, did you mean how many foreigners live here? Let me tell you how many foreigners live here, okay? No shade, but imagine having to live in like Riverside and still having to rent. Yikes, bro, what? That you can't say no shade and then just shit on people like that, bro. That sucks across the board. There are plenty of people who do that. My point is, the majority, you know what I mean? You're just shitting on the majority of people. I rent in Riverside. Florida resident, 400K house, combined household income, 150K. We barely break even every month just because of daycare costs. We're one social program away from actually being able to build savings again. Yeah, I mean, the list of countries, the country is always like fucked up. It's never that good. But there is one country, the countries suspiciously that thrive on like super high home ownership rates. Always Eastern Soviet bloc countries, former Soviet countries. Don't know what that's about. Don't know what's going on there. Kind of weird, dude. Socialism bad. This goes against that narrative. I don't like that. It's like either countries that are currently exhibiting socialist tendencies and leanings, or countries that were formerly socialist. Very fucked up, dude. And then you look at the United States of America and it's like 45%. Kazakhstan on top, baby. Better street view than Macau now as well. Cinecell's Malding. Giga Kazakh smiling. Yeah, Kazakhstan is awesome. You really have to see the South Korean election night coverage graphics? Sure. The best part of South Korean election night are the graphics. I make $100,000 and live on the subway line. Wait, what? I make $100,000 and I live on the subway line in Toronto and I have no problems. My uncle gave me his house though. I like that you just talked about how you eliminated the single largest problem in the equation, which I was just talking about. He's like, yeah, dog, I don't get it. I inherited a house. I don't understand what's going on here. It's weird. What's the big deal? I have a house that I inherited. Yeah. Everyone I know in Romania is a homeowner, and it's still possible to put a down payment with wedding money. It's getting increasingly harder, though. I wonder why. Certainly nothing to do with increasing neoliberal bullshit economic policies. Yeah. What? No, I will eat it later. Bro, it's just turned 12. What do you mean? Who eats lunch at 12? What are you, 75 years old? Bro, eating lunch at noon is like the most 75-year-old tendency you have. Like, it's literally 12 on the dot, and you're like, did you eat lunch yet? That's insane. Noon is lunchtime, bro. No shot, dude. I've always been a late luncher. Always. You know what I'll tell you? I'll tell you what. Bro, the majority of Americans eat lunch at noon. No, not me. I've never been a 12 luncher. I've always been a late luncher. I think it's better to stay hungry for later in the day, in my opinion. Keeps me going. Sigma grind set, baby. Not something to brag about. A pool day with some sandwiches makes a new lunch really great, though. Yeah. I also don't eat breakfast, though. That's the other thing. Lunch breaks for 9 to 5 jobs are around noon. No, I know. That was actually an out of touch moment for me, because I think when you're working a regular 9 to 5 and you hate your life, which many do, I remember being very excited at the prospect of eating my feelings as quickly as I possibly could. I was like, when the f is it 12? Okay. That's like, you knock off at least an hour and a half off that. Okay. Now you have eaten away at an hour and a half from your exit time. So that's pretty good. You know what I mean? And then after, there's a gestation period. You know what I mean? You went out, you had lunch, and then you're like a little bit chiller too. You got to maybe take a bathroom break at a certain point. Hour and a half is generous. Okay. Well, I don't remember. It probably wasn't an hour and a half, but you make it work. You make it work. Score a nap in your car. No, you can't do that. Bro, I get 30 minutes? 30 minutes? Okay, dude, that's crazy. Okay, thank God I live in California. Jesus Christ, dude. Don't say out of touch. Oh my God. 30 minutes is insane, bro. Y'all need a union, dude. Y'all need a union. Oh my God. All of you need to get unionized immediately. ASAP, pronto. 30 minutes is crazy. Illinois, the law is an hour of lunch. Yes, 30 minutes for 8 hours and 15 minutes twice that. People usually bundle into a full hour. Chris Rock was shitting on 30-minute lunches 20 years ago. Dude, this is why all of those like gay French TikTokers make fun of us when they're like, or Italian TikTokers make fun of us when they're like, day in the life of an American worker. And it's like a guy eating lunch quickly at his desk. God, I could fix wagey lunches better by making it so that any calories consumed while sitting in your car do not count. Towels are look in the closet, like next under the TV to the left. There needs to be some towels there. When I worked at Albertsons in SoCal, we get an hour lunch, but had to make it up. So we work 9-hour shifts. That's crazy. Bro, I'm a SoCal painter and only get 30 minutes of lunch. I think that should be illegal. Okay, I'm running on a campaign. Folks, I'm running on a campaign that is hour-long lunches that you can kind of bundle into an hour and 30, and then another 10 to 15 minutes of pooping afterwards as well. Obviously, you got to take a little bit of break, like come back, show up to work, you know what I mean? And then you take a shit. But like, honestly, it's unimaginable. The f are you doing with towels under the TV? Brother, it is for the pool. He's asking where the pool towels are. I recently learned there's a minimum wage salary earners exempt employees in California. Want to know how I learned that? I asked for a raise and was denied, but then I told I'd get a raise to 70K a year because it's minimum. You know, only get 30 minutes lunch and I have to work 8 to 4:30 to make it up. Yeah, I hate that. Like, we shit on Spanish people a lot, right? Like, or Italians a lot, but they're right, dude. Why the f are you working all goddamn day? Did you get more than 30 minutes for lunch at TYT? Because I don't. I think your uncle gives me 30 minutes for lunch. Wait, does he? I feel like we definitely extended that, but we did eat at the table a lot. Like, I mean, I ate at my desk for the most part, but like we would go out to get lunch, and that process probably took a little bit longer than 30 minutes, I think. Things might have changed. You are so far gone, man. Things might have changed, to be honest, because like it was pretty lax. I mean, when I worked there, you should steal all the time you can, though. Let's be real. To be fair, we have a show to make, so we're kind of restricted in that sense. Once I was working for a job during the summer, always felt bad taking the small 15 minutes break since the other person working with me had to cover my workload. People need to stop shitting on Hasanabi for this. He's a very hard worker. He doesn't take breaks to eat. He just does it right in front of the camera. Be more like Hasan. Yeah, that's true. I work way harder than you guys. As you know, I eat lunch on camera and then everybody yells at me for doing so. Most companies are lax. Just make the numbers add up correctly on payroll and a company doesn't give a fuck. Yeah, I don't think anybody's like timing you. This attorney does great short bids on California labor laws. Staffing shortages are not the fault of the employee. I work in healthcare where this is misunderstood constantly. I have to eat, bro. I need water. Yeah. Yes, they are. They are. They have clocking machines. No, I'm talking about TYT. If they started clocking motherfuckers, that's crazy. All managers do is time people. No, I'm talking to the one chatter that was at TYT, that works at TYT, unless they also changed that too. But they don't clock you, or they didn't at the time that I worked there. Yeah, you guys got reverse one guide. That's a lie. My boss times everyone on breaks and writes them up. That's insane. Oh my God. Freak. Like, I feel like most production companies are pretty chill because as long as you get the show out, who cares? Yeah, I think that's the benefit for sure. I worked 20 times harder waiting tables than I did in construction, like to the point I had to learn how to slow down and work less on job sites. Yeah. I had an employer pay me 80K, but I worked like 30 hours overtime, but was exempt, so no extra money, and I had to give 1 month notice. Careful, shitty contract, folks. 1v1 me, you're getting clocked. Anyway, my point is there needs to be a better process. And honestly, that better process starts with hour-long lunches that actually you can extend into an hour and 30. Then you take another 15 to 30 minute poop break afterwards. Not immediately after, but like later down the line. Okay? Bullshit. And you got to pay for it. Ridiculous. Ridiculous, dude. Why do people accept these jobs? Find another one. Yeah, that's what I say. I say, why take these shitty jobs, huh? Find another one. It's called freedom and capitalism. Duh. We lose break time when we're required to clock to use the bathroom. Wait, what? Oh my God. Clocking to use the bathroom seems straight dystopian. Dude, it's been like years at this point. It's been at least 4 to 5 years since I've been in like a serious work environment. And even the serious work environment that I was in was like still production facing. So it was definitely not as serious. But if you're clocking to take a shit, that's insane. Hasan, you have been out of the workforce. Is that typical? I'm asking. I'm genuinely asking. I don't know. Working at a state school in New Jersey, I get 1 hour unpaid break between 2 15-minute unpaid breaks. Thank God for the CWA. Dude, clocking your bathroom breaks is psychotic, and I'm almost certain it's a violation of like a litany of privacy laws that exist for the average citizen. I mean, that's like the only place I know about it where they do that is time off task in Amazon distribution facilities. I didn't realize that like if you're working at a goddamn white collar job in New York as like a marketing executive or something, they're like clocking your piss. That's insane. Unless you're working at a call center or an Amazon distribution facility, I feel like that's wild. Every single call center is time off task for your bathroom breaks. Call center monitors your queue status. You have to be in break auxiliary in order not to get calls. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, every day. Not sure why everyone's mad at you or explaining how labor in this country is fucked and we're literally agreeing with you. No one is mad. I don't think anyone is mad at me. I've already recognized that I'm saying that like my situation was shitty. And even then it's infinitely better. And it was infinitely more lax than like obviously plenty of other chatters and their personal experiences. I'm also recognizing that like it's been a while, even with the lax standards that I had. It's been a while since I've been in the professional work place working for somebody else. So I don't know if things have gotten progressively worse over the course of the past like 4 or 5 years, especially for the average Joe. And I'm also simultaneously asking if this experience is like commonplace as far as Hasan, you were spreading false information. Amazon can't legally fault you for using the bathroom. They will do investigation for time off task. You're kidding, right? Lots of states with right to work laws do this since they can skirt the law and break the rules. Yeah. I think it's crazy. Stupid question. You started a union with your benefits will be good. I may get hired soon and benefits are great, but I want to make sure I keep them and they're fair. Wait, what? I feel like AI and mass surveillance is going to make this process so much worse, by the way. Why wouldn't they literally monitor your piss and the artificial intelligence bot manager just straight up like a robot just tells you like psst, tells the enforcer / manager, the human being, that you are you are AFK, like the keystroke trackers that these computers have now for work from homers. They just have that both on your desk and they also accompany that with your piss time tracking. And then your labor enforcer manager comes over and is like, where are you? Why did you? It says here, the machine has told me that you took a piss for approximately 3 minutes and 55 seconds. I tracked. The machine has also told me that your actual travel time to the bathroom from your desk is approximately 1 minute. So was this a number 1 or a number 2? Because I'm going to be putting this in the spreadsheet. Because if you did a number 2 instead of a number 1, well, honestly, you have to make sure that you wipe faster. It's just funny to think about because like that's what chat does to me. But that's why I've always said that service sector employees should have the right to be able to ban people just like I do. It would make their workplaces much better. If someone lords over you, like a small business tyrant comes in, you just have the capacity to banish them. Think about that. You immediately would see like, I would say like a 45% improvement on your workplace conditions. If in the service sector, you could just like banish them with 1 click. You know what I mean? And you could do that to your manager too, obviously. Like, cause I have these little micromanagers in here who talk shit. Imagine you could banish your manager with a consensus vote. You get together and you're like, hey, we've all decided that you're going to the shadow realm because you keep timing our poops. That'd be sick. Oh, the dream. Anyway, when I was a supervisor, I was able to ban people and my crew loved it, made better. Being a work from home, 1099 workers, somehow both a blessing and a curse. Yeah. When I deliver Amazon packages, they trained us to piss in bottles in the back of the van because stopping places takes too much time. I don't know what people with no penis did. I'm too busy to approve your lunch or bathroom request. Hasan is getting one guide and I'm locked in, me as a supervisor. Have you ever worked in the service industry? No. The only client side work that I did in the real big boy jobs was sales, which was dog shit. And I hated sucking up to people that I despised, both internally in the company, but more importantly, externally, clients. But I never worked in the service industry. And I feel like I would, I feel like they are the real heroes of society. Yeah. What did you sell? Ironic. Ads. I sold ad space at TYT. You used to work on farms. All jobs are easier now. I mean, I did also work at a farm. So that's the thing, though. Working at a farm can be shitty. No pun intended. Actually, yes, pun intended. But it's like taxing in a different way. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people don't understand it. It's like, yeah, I worked at a ranch. And yeah, that sucked. A ranch isn't a farm, Richie Rich. Bro, talk to me when you jerk off a horse, okay? Talk to me when you have to sit there and watch one of the farmhands jerk off a goddamn horse, and you have to carry that literal horse penis condom full of jizz without spilling a single drop because you're selling it, okay? Yeah, people talk about how Tacoma wept. My distaste for that shit, I think, already was existent because I'm a normal person, but it literally elevated dramatically after having to sit there and watch it happen and then have to carry the condom full of lube. Disgusting. Or not lube, condom full of horse cum. Does it smell bad? Bitch, you think I've smelled it? What are you, crazy? I was literally trying my very best not to... Let me tell you something, okay? Have you ever been in a situation where you're involved in a situation, but like in your mind, you're in the mind palace where you're thinking like physically, spiritually, you are like as far removed from it as possible in your mind? I don't know. Maybe you haven't been in a situation like that. Maybe you feel like that every day. It's one of those moments where you disassociate for protection. That was me carrying the horse semen, okay? Yes, where you're like, I don't want to be a part of this, but I am, and therefore, I'm just going to try to make this go by as fast as physically possible. Why are you defending yourself as if there's a bunch of farmers from real farms in the chat, Lamau? Most of them have probably never seen a farm. That's true. How much was that semen worth? I don't remember. That's the best job. You can sneak a little taste. You need to go to jail. You need to go to jail, take 30 seconds off, and really reconsider what you are allowed to say as jokes in this chat. This is not the Vosh community. You cannot make it. You cannot be making jokes like that. Anyway, it's funny because we like we just started off in the first 20 seconds talking about Jesse Waters and how out of touch he is for being a dumb. We talked about how shitty housing is. We talked about how that plays a major role in making people's living conditions worse overall, especially in big cities. We talked about how shitty workplace conditions are and lunch breaks, and it got all the way to horse semen. And now we haven't even finished this 38-second clip. Let's watch it.
If you're
from the
making
start.
$20 an hour to work at a fast food restaurant, right? Is that six figures? Are you making
No,
no?
40 grand.
40 grand. 50 is just two exit and add a few zeros.
Okay, so
40K a year.
okay,
full time.
40K a year.
Yeah.
So, and then if your husband or wife is also there, you're making $100,000 as a family.
Sure.
Both working at McDonald's.
80 grand.
That is okay. That's crazy. That is crazy, because that job really doesn't require much. So
That's insane. What does your job require, you asshole? You don't do anything. You just sit there, sexually harass the staffers, and just read whatever your producers wrote on a teleprompter, you donkey. Dude, see, this is the problem, okay? I'm out of touch. I am out of touch. I'm privileged. I'm very privileged. I'm very fortunate. But I know my place, dude. I know. I would never be like, oh, yeah, dude, it's so much easier to just work at a McDonald's. Like, what are you doing, actually? What are you doing? You ain't doing shit. This stuff pisses me off so much. And honestly, what pisses me off further is that right-wingers get away with this out-of-touch bullshit every day, okay? Like, everybody's like, fake commie, fake socialist. There is not even remotely the same level of criticism on a guy like Jesse Waters, who spends most of his days doing commentary that is exactly this out of touch. This dude unironically says what everyone else says you say, lol. I know. That shit is so annoying. Fuck this guy, bro. Fuck this guy.
So it's inflating the entire, labor sector
And the Happy Meal.
and the Happy Meal,
Unhappy, very unhappy.
which I'm very unhappy about. But if you're making $20 an hour to work at a fast food restaurant, right? Is that six figures? Are you making?
No.
This guy, oh my God. How much does Jesse Waters make? I'm going to look this up right now. Let's take a look. Let's figure it out. Jesse Waters' salary. Jesse Waters' salary. $5 million a year. God damn, son. Jesse Waters thinks McDonald's workers don't do shit for the 40K they make. One must ask what Jesse Waters does for the $5 million. This article mentions his contract is 20 million. It's not even 5 million. It's 20 million. No. He reportedly secured a 20 million annual salary. No, Carlson's exit. No, this is Tucker Carlson. Yeah, no, that's Tucker Carlson's 20 million salary. Jesse Waters, I think, makes much less. Jesse Waters thinks McDonald's workers don't do shit for the 40K they make. One must ask what Jesse Waters does for the 5 million he makes a year. At 5 million, this asshole makes 95K per week. Yeah. Jesus Christ, dude. 5 million a year is $25,000 an hour, more than I make in 6 months. Dude, you want to know what's even worse than that? You're putting the average amount of hours put in, okay? Jesse Waters doesn't work a regular 9 to 5, chat. He works like 2 hours a day from Monday to Thursday. So no, it's not even 25 grand an hour. It's so much. It is so much higher than that. Or sorry, it's not even 21. It's not even $22,500 an hour. It is more than that. Half of which is sitting in a chair getting makeup done. Yeah, it's crazy. Anyone who takes care of my grandchildren and my food, I want them to be taken care of properly. Yeah, I just think it's... Yeah, we will do Patrick Bet David. We will watch this Patrick Bet David video for sure. Meanwhile, Jesse Waters makes I'm going to say mil a year for doing marginally less sexual harassment than the previous hosts that occupied his time slot. That's what I'm going to say instead. Jesse Waters thinks McDonald's workers don't do shit for the 40K they make. Meanwhile, Jesse Waters makes $5 million a year for doing marginally less sexual harassment than the previous host that occupied his time slot. Misspelled harassment. Millennial Gen Z splurge. Groceries inflation is a wild take. What the dude, wait, what did I misspell? Oh, I put 2 R's on the harassment. Most big wig news personalities work for maybe 2 hours outside of being on air. Yeah, that's the funniest part. Like, the people who shit on service workers not being worth $20 an hour are the same people who have zero life skills and will probably be the first to go in an apocalyptic society. Yeah, I think it's ridiculous. Listen, as out of touch as I am, okay? As out of touch as I am, and let me tell you, yes, I am privileged. Like, make no mistake, I recognize that, and I try to work against that every day of my life. But the very notion that these guys get away with being out of touch and doing commentary like they know what the they're talking about frustrates me to no goddamn end. I think you would rather have a dude who's out of touch, whose heart is in the right place and on your side, than a dude who's out of touch and is advocating like he's an everyday man that works like 5 hours a week maximum, getting paid millions of dollars a year to tell you that, yeah, the working poor deserve less, as a matter of fact. I hate these people, dude. These people are unironically doing the thing that every single person accuses me of doing. Like, they are literally doing it. And yet those very same people don't get mad at these guys. If your thing is workers' rights, I think you got to get more in touch, but you're still way better than these dudes. I mean, I do directly talk to not only people in this community who are working real 9 to 5 jobs, but also straight up labor organizers on top of that. So, you know, anyway, I don't know how much more. I mean, the more, in order for me to be more in touch, I would have to quit what I'm doing and like work a real job again. Anyway, millennials and Gen Z's trendy new splurge. Groceries. Groceries are the hottest new splurge category for Gen Z and millennials. Younger generations spend more on groceries than other categories, but all generations are feeling the pinch of inflation at the grocery store. Bro, how you working a part-time job as a side gig would actually be good, such good content? I agree, but I know that people would yell at me so much for it. They'd be like, "Oh, he's faking. It's cultural appropriation. A real jobber." Hasanabi is so out of touch with labor. I don't work 9 to 5. I work 7:30 to 3:30. That's funny. I used to do that as well. I used to work. That was my hours as well when I was at the Young Turks. Wait till the having hot water trend catches on. Yeah, I love the McKinsey report. Splurging once meant spending money on buzzy restaurants, expensive vacations, and designer clothing. These days, what is considered splurge-worthy falls in a more humble category. I wonder why. What does this say about the living conditions of the average person in the United States of America that is under the age of 45? Yeah, groceries are shaping up to be a top spending priority for younger generations. A February report from McKinsey & Company found the firm asked over 4,000 people from baby boomers to Gen Zers about the categories they intend to splurge on this year. Groceries ranked the highest for millennials and Gen Zers, outpacing restaurants, bars, travel, beauty, and personal care. Oh my God, dude. This is crazy, bro. This is an alarm, okay? This is like ding, 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 ding. Situation is untenable. Hello? It's really fucked up. Hey, man, I'm splurging on my rent this year, dog. Why? Not because I'm moving up. Not because I've moved into a new apartment. No, it's the same apartment. It's just the price of rent went up. So I'm splurging, big dog. You know what I'm saying? Hey, guys, don't forget to splurge on running water this year, okay? Don't forget to splurge on running hot water. Guys, I love splurging on shelter. What am I splurging on? Oh, nothing. Just toast and eggs and chicken. Big spender over here. Whoa, big money bags. You guys are a bad presidency to be a third world country. Wait, what? This is not like, this is a trend, okay? This is not the fault of one individual president. This is the fault of every president, okay? This is not the fault of one party, but both parties. This is just the fault of the structures that we exist under. When are we? Millennials are also becoming parents, which means they spend more on themselves, their partners, and their children. It's a notable shift from 2018 where older generations like baby boomers and Gen Xers still spent more on groceries than millennials. Gen Z, meanwhile, said they often choose high-quality snacks and beverages. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. We should arrest everyone that works at McKinsey. We should arrest everyone just in general. We should put them in the jails. We should take the people out of the jails, and we should put these guys in jail for writing such things. This is the avocado toast for the Gen Zers, bro. Which also ironically features millennials as well in the process, because millennials are just as cooked as the Gen Zers are as far as their dire economic circumstances. Oh my God, to the lulag, all of you. I am old. I am a millennial. I'm 32 years old. I'm about to be 33. And let me tell you, back when I was your age and considered young in the primary demographic, closer to 18 than 35, the articles, such as this one, were millennials are eating too much avocado toast, and that is the reason why they can't buy homes. That's what they used to say. This is old lore for you Zoomers in here. If there are even any Zoomers in here, I'm assuming many of the Zoomers left or became old. So now they're no longer, now they're also feeling the heat. Yeah. Well, I guess this is an update in 2020. Now that millennials aren't buying avocado toast and lattes, can they afford a home? The answer is no. One 23-year-old Gen Zer told Business Insider that by text, he spends about $130 on groceries for a week and a half. Fancy sodas and drinks and random snacks at Trader Joe's account for the bulk of the bill. He also said he spends about $35 on protein bars. The success of the canned water brand Liquid Death is an example of young people's willingness to spend on flashy food and beverages. The brand shot up in valuation by $1.4 billion thanks to a recent round of funding, Forbes reported. Yeah, dude, they're buying Liquid Death. That's why. It's breaking the bank. Please, somebody please help me. I'm spending too much. Somebody help me budget. I'm spending too much on Liquid Death. I'm splurging on water. Flashy water. The healthy food and beverages, Liquid Death, the previous brand success comes from appeal to younger generations. The healthy food and beverage space has historically been a stable category filled with boring brands. This creates a lightning in a bottle moment for disruptive brands that know how to tap into culture and talk to Gen Z and digital natives. All generations are feeling a pinch of inflation at grocery stores and foods, and for goods and services in general. The story also misstated the findings in the Moody's report, which said the typical American household would need $445 more a month this year on goods and services, not just groceries. Oh. Gen Zers are an employer's worst nightmare. Yeah. Sophia, the daughter of Crispin James Allen Newell Money Coots. Okay, if you have names like this, if you have a name like this, it's over, okay? If your daddy has this many names, you are probably coming from a long line of aristocracy, okay? That's like only barons have this kind of naming convention. It's Tucker Carlson, by the way, ironically. You got money in your name, dude. 9th Baron Latimer. Oh my God, he literally is a baron of the Coots family who founded the private bank and granddaughter of Bill Dees, former editor of the Telegraph, hustled all hours to build her career at the Checks Note Telegraph. Bro, your name is Money Coots. Shut the fuck up. See yourself out of this conversation. Oh my God. Gen Z are an employer's nightmare. My 20s put them to shame. Like most of my peers, I hustled at all hours for my career. A far cry from this minimum effort generation and their lazy girl jobs. Boomers went to diners and mall shops every day and smoked a pack a day and they get mad at us for having a nice water every now and again. Yeah. Yeah. My father, the inventor of money. Yes, how devious. Hello. I am Sophia Money Coots, daughter of Crispin James Allen Neville Money Coots, 9th Baron of Latimer of the Coots family who founded the private bank and also founded money. It is in our name. I don't have to work for a single moment for the rest of my life, and yet I still spend every waking hour making the next generation's lives all that much worse. That's right. I hate Gen Z. They did not. They were not born into a family such as mine, with a last name like Money Coots. Have you heard of the phrase anti-hustle? Oh my God. I hate these people so much. No, I don't want to try the Telegraph for free, okay? I don't. I never want to try the Telegraph for free. Oh my God. There's old money, and then there's money so old it's mentioned in Bram Stoker's Dracula. She is of the latter. Oh my God. Bro, money wasn't called that before this family. That's how old they are. I was just joking. Her family was there when they invented vampires, bro. Like when vampires were being invented in fiction, her family was there being mentioned. Okay, maybe they did literally invent money. Please post. This is a YouTuber TikTok short us for having a nice water every now and again. Yeah. Yeah. My father, the inventor of money. Yes, how devious. Hello. I am Sophia Money Coots, daughter of Crispin James Allen Neville Money Coots, 9th Baron of Latimer of the Coots family who founded the private bank and also founded money. And they get mad. Is it money like 1,000 years ago on some kind of rock with a square on it? Yeah. Have you considered that maybe it's just coincidence that she got there on merit? Yes, dude. The merit being that she's really good at writing articles about how hard it is to be literally the stupidest, like how hard it is to be so unimaginably rich. So rich that it is diabolical. So rich that even like the greatest capitalist cuck will recognize that it is diabolical overall. Like, this is the kind of wealth that, like, even those who are like, oh, I'm gonna get my money up, I'm an entrepreneur, hustle culture, baby. Even those guys are like, nah, that shit is actually crazy. This is like pedophilia, Illuminati shit. So rich, the thing that makes you rich is named after you. I don't want to look how much their family is worth. It is the 8th oldest bank in the world. Her family invented the bank. That's insane. Her family founded the 8th oldest bank in the world. They literally did invent money. That's crazy. Bro, do people think that like this is a valid article to write? Do people not realize that like you can Google this shit? I was just joking. It turns out it's real. It turns out it's no, my God. Oh my God. It's a joke. It feels like a joke. It feels too stupid to be real. Yes, you simply came from money. What you fail to understand is that I am money. My last name. Holy shit. I genuinely don't want to know how much their family's worth, but I'm going to do it anyway, and it's going to make me have an aneurysm. I want to see. I do now. Now I want to see Coots family net worth. Wait, what is it? Coots with 2 T's. Coots. Ha ha. 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 That Wikipedia page had it, actually, turns out. Where is it? Where is it? Mis-selling of the AIG fund. They got fined $6.3 million. Top right. Wait, is it there? Their total assets are 34 billion pounds. Then, Wait, hold on. That might be just the bank. That might be the bank's total assets. Coots is older than the Bank of England. That was in 2020 as well. Billionaires have really been raking it in since then. Yeah. It's a privately owned bank. Oh my God. Hold on. Look at her biography and the photo she included of a childhood journal entry she made. Today, my family and I went to the Gold Cup final of the polo. There was an Indian princess. We gave the cup to the winners. Early attempts at writing. But how do you know her family money helped her and not on her own merits? You're right. I'm actually being really harsh on this. Basically a princess. Basically a demigod. Yes, you're right. John Money, inventor of money, inventor of the 8th oldest bank in the planet, a bank that was founded in 1647. She did get there on her own merits. Don't forget the other part of the tweet that her grandfather was a managing editor of the paper she now works at. Ha ha ha. 1692. Ay, ay, ay. Her brother is literally a magician, lol. That's sick, though. That's actually cool. Like, yeah, do something fun with your life instead of, like, bring joy to the world, okay? Shock people with magic. Instead of, if you are the fail son of a omega billionaire guy who invented money, this is exactly what you're supposed to do. Like Arrested Development, okay? Like, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to do this shit, not the other shit. What the fuck's wrong with you? Like, it's insane. It's insane that this is the situation you found yourself in, where you're like, you are literally one of the wealthiest people on the planet, and you spend every waking moment being like, how do I f over poor people even more? I don't get it. It is really funny because, like, this stuff, this existence is unironically what not even just my haters, but most people think is how I live. Like, I come from billionaire oligarchs with many trust funds that control what goes on in entire nations. And I've chosen to get a cushy job with my uncle, who is also an omega billionaire. And then I chose to do Twitch because, you know, my uncle paid everybody to watch me or some shit. I don't know. Oh, yeah. Look at this hypocrite, Hasan. One of my biggest fantasies is having people who write opinion pieces like this forced to work an 8-hour shift at McDonald's with their own audience as the customers. Yeah. Third paragraph on our bio is insane. Then, looking for an adventure, I went to work for a newspaper in Abu Dhabi, near Dubai, for the geographically challenged among us, called The National. I lived in the Gulf for 2 years, writing about its growing art, film, and fashion scene. And I interviewed a Backstreet Boy on the phone while sitting naked on my bed. I think it was Brian, because I had to fit him in between my shower and going out for supper. After that, I was back home in London to work for the Daily Mail's features desk. I wasn't a writer there, I was an editor. During the 2 years I worked for the paper, my favorite headlines were, "Is your shampoo making you fat?" and "The downside of beating cancer." I promise you, these were both genuine headlines. I feel like there's also, like, a lot of these magazines that just simply interview you or put you in the cover because you're rich. It's like, why? What has this person done? Like, why are... how are they on the covers of magazines? Like, it doesn't make any sense. I don't understand. Also, you know she's old money rich because of, look at that jaw, dude. Look at that goddamn chin. You don't get that chin without a decent amount of inbreeding, okay? Without, like, your forefathers, your ancestors being like, we need to keep our wealth inside of the family. That's why you have to marry your first cousin. D'Artagnan, you must marry your sister. We have to keep the wealth inside of the family. That's what happens. Only through, like, systematic inbreeding do you arrive at such a powerful jaw like that, okay? This is extremely debatable Mu-maxing theory discussion. Another banger from her. Is boarding school really such a terrible experience? I quite enjoyed it. What do you mean? Who is reading this? Who is this article for? Like 8 people? I don't get it. I mean, who's this article for? Not this one, sorry. Who's this article for? Dumb f***s, that's who. Okay, I'm done. I'm done with this brief venture into money coots, money bags. I can't do this no more. I can't believe we got here from watching Jesse Waters talk about, you know, how easy. You know who has it easy? McDonald's workers. How can you say those words? How can you have those words come out of your mouth in broad daylight, in public, in a room full of other people, and even the other used car salesmen are like looking at you like you're crazy? How can you say these words, dude? The words that no one should ever say. You know who has it easy? McDonald's workers is just the nuttiest thing. Stop sending me horsecock socialism. If you send it to me one more time, I am putting you on a goddamn rocket ship. Take an hour off. I don't care about horsecock socialism. I promise you, it's not the banger meme that you think it is. Okay? Anyway. Okay.